Welcome back to the Reggies podcast. You're here with three blokes who could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. Boys, Rugby League returned.
Rugby.
UFC, men's cricket, women's cricket, including one of the great performances you'll see in the history of cricket, men's or women's, and there's plenty more coming up on today's episode. How are we? Big weekend, massive weekend of sport as per.
Huge.
Great weekend to be glued to a TV.
Was.
There was fucking footy was back, even though it was trials, the UFC, and the heartbreak around it, which we'll get to.
Yep.
But yeah, there was heaps on. It was fucking great.
Glorious weekend, yeah.
I'm
It's a
starting
little
to feel
bit of
good.
a little bit of a teaser, warm up for what's about to come in the few months.
Right.
So
Yeah. There was trial games on in the AFL and the NRL.
Yeah.
And that fight card, that was one of the better fight cards going around.
yeah.
The main card, and obviously the prelims were good as well. So coming up, how are we anyway?
we're good.
How we
I'm good.
feeling?
I know I'm good.
We've been fucking-
Oh, I'm a bit woggy, mate. I'm a bit fucking,
Yeah,
just
you're a bit
dosed up
cruel.
on the cod rules, yep. But,
No.
but I don't have time to be sick.
No,
So-
we've been,
Flat Bicky.
we've had a fucking good month, of training. I reckon all three of us. It's
Yeah,
been nice.
it's starting to feel good getting into the rhythm of it a little bit. Like
good,
you put in the work, and it actually, now this probably goes against everything Reggie, but it actually is feeling good getting a bit fit.
Yeah,
Like, as
when you
in
can notice your levels of fitness.
putting in the hard work and actually going, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that a couple of months
It
ago.
feels
Yeah,
good,
100%.
but I still haven't been able to get off the cans on the weekend.
Oh, but see, that's what makes us
happens,
Reggie.
mate, yeah.
So
Might switch to middies or something.
I reckon if I didn't drink and didn't like fucking food so much, I would
That's a
be
big one.
going pretty I'm
yeah.
going well, but I mean looking well.
You'd be able to
Yeah.
grate cheese
I've
on you.
said
if
to
you didn't.
myself, I do not give a flying fuck what I look like on this fight night. I just want to make sure I can get through me 3 2-minute rounds.
Oh mate, there's
Some of
been
the-
a bit of lip getting thrown, Groper, from one Jake
Yeah.
Edward Archdale about something to do with your ticker and something about your engine.
It's
And
good.
Yeah.
It's good. So have you heard anything from me?
No.
Head down, mate.
Yeah.
Head down.
Doesn't really
I don't
phase
know.
you, does it?
When I'm looking at it, because I don't listen,
Yeah.
but people obviously show me, and I'm just going, if you got to talk about how well you're going and how well you think I'm not going, you're fucking nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just me anyway.
You reckon he's
So-
just shaking in his boots?
Nah, he wouldn't be. He'd be going all right.
Remember, how about him pumping you up the other day, though, in the right areas for himself?
6'5", 100 kilos. Yeah. Fucking idiot.
6'5". That's fucking
You're
funny.
about
Yeah.
6'4".
I'm not even that. I'm 6'3", and a half probably.
You're a big
Yeah.
figure, but yeah.
Yeah, you're a long streak, but 6'5" is a big.
I wanna-
fucking unit.
6'5" is fucking massive.
Klutzie'd probably be nearly that, the big cunt.
I
Is
reckon
he?
he would be,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a fucking big boy.
He's an apple on stilts.
But yeah, no, look, whatever. I mean, that's his best fucking trait is talking out his gob. So, I mean, good on him. But you won't hear much from me, as in talking about how good I'm going. Anyway.
Nah.
You work in silence.
It'll just be me, head
best thing
down,
to do.
ass up. And if he reckons he's going to do this and I'm doing that, then that's all good.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the right
I'll
mentality
see
to
you
have.
on fucking April 27th.
How are you feeling, Jace?
I feel good. I actually had a weekend off the piss, which
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself for, because last weekend was a completely different story, as you know. And it rattled me till about Wednesday. So vibes are up. I'm not sick anymore, which
Yeah.
I tend to get a lot
Yeah.
and for long periods of time. Yeah,
Red does
I
get
feel
very sick.
very
often.
prone to it. Very
I
fucking
don't know if
prone
is it
to
a ranger thing, like is it?
That's
the,
what I say.
The pale redheads have a weak
My
immune system.
must have red hair or something as well, man. 'cause-
Well, he's more likely to get raped by the sun. So I wonder if it's like the sickness.
But
thing
at the
as
same
well.
time,
Sickly
I
redheads.
fucking struggle in winter. Like, I get sick around 3 times.
He's a sensitive
That's what I
cunt.
mean. Yeah.
You little
But, like-
pale reds.
I should be accustomed to that. My heritage
Yeah.
goes back to the colden areas.
Well, you think if you've got sick 3 times most winters that you'd fucking build up some sort of
I just
resistance
don't
to
One
it.
of your,
You
one of
just
your middle
don't.
names carries a bit of heritage, doesn't it?
It does. Fergus.
Fergus. That's a beauty.
Fergus.
Peter.
That is
I got
cool.
2
I
middle
love that.
names. Got Peter Fergus. So Peter, obviously,
Yeah.
is Pedro, because my dad's not actually Spanish, for those who don't know. His real name's Peter.
Oh, his name's not Pedro.
No, it's just Peter.
get
Pete.
fucked.
He hates getting called Peter, though.
So
And
you got
then-
2 full names as middle names and a nickname as your first name.
Yeah, it's a fuck fest.
How's that been? Have you been nailed lately?
Yeah, I did actually. So, like I said, I had a weekend off the piss and I just got stuck into my golf work.
Oh, yeah?
Like I like to do my weekends off.
dog
and
got a handicap
got
now.
my handicap sorted
Oh,
out.
I knew
on
he was
Saturday.
handicapped, yeah.
In more ways than one now.
No, good stuff.
So-
So you must have been playing a bit then.
Yeah, I've been playing a fair bit. Chuck me
it's-
3 cards
It's
in.
50. No.
Yeah, well, 36 is your max, but chuck me cards in and you got to become a member somewhere. And chose Calliope Golf Course. And they were going through the process of like filling out my form and that. And she goes, "Oh, just so you know, mate, whatever name you put down will be stuck with Golf Australia and Golf Link. So anytime you try and look up your name, it'll be this forever. So like you can't have your nickname like on there." I went, "Well, good, because that's my actual fucking name." Like there'd be blokes that would have like William or something. They're called Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, Jace for Jason. It's like no.
Or Tom.
Yeah, Tom,
yeah, we've
Thomas.
been we've
A lot
been
of
held
Thomas.
up with a couple of big things. We've done like submitted documents with just Tom on there, and then they've just denied it automatically.
Well, you should have put your full name.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, just do your job, cunt. Don't worry
Yeah.
about me. You
Yeah.
just submit it.
I know
I
my
wouldn't have,
name. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
That's like at the
Thanks for
survey, man.
caring.
This must just be a me thing that aggravates me, but it's down the same sort of path of them just do what you're doing. I walk in, and you know how you might just want a drink or a quick feed, but you don't need to fuel your car up.
Yeah.
So I'll pull up, just walk in, get a packet of jerky or something in a Powerade, and go, "Just these, thanks." And they'll go, "Any fuel?" And I'll go, "No, just them, just those." And then this dude the other day literally again said, "Any fuel?" After I said that, I said, "No fuel, just these, bro."
But you're at a petrol station, so.
Saying just these.
No, off the back of that, going through Macca's in the last 6 months, and they go, "Oh, are you using the Macca's app today?" Do you get like?
Or
I
my
get
missus
like-
pounds that thing.
True.
Yeah,
So,
so it's good. I don't mind it when I want to use the fucking app, but I find every time that I go, "Oh yeah, actually I will use the app. I'll redeem a free coffee," and they just go, "What can I get you?" I'm like, "I've got a code actually," and then when I don't want it, they're like,
Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
So,
Oh yeah, I get coffees most mornings from Macca's on my way to work.
Gonna
It's
say.
safe, so it builds up.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
right.
sure I'm the same. I don't normally eat it,
No.
but I'll get a coffee 4 out of 5
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And I think if you do it on the app, you get a free one every fucking however many.
Yeah, like
so
5
I
or
should,
6.
but I don't have the app. So,
It's worth it.
but yeah, you're right. They do ask, but I think it's only if they have an order from the app that they'll ask you.
Oh yeah, because they know one's coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, fucking
Yeah.
shout out to
stuff.
Macca's.
Yeah, that's right.
Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm
this
heading
weekend.
heading to Newcastle. Got a bit on with Cam and Quino and Alpha Blokes and stuff down there. We got a big 4-wheel drive show that we're going to. Pretty fucking excited, actually. It'll be a fun trip. Got a bit of sparring locked in with the Daily Blue Weekly lads.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sean's fucking
Nice.
nice.
So it's a bit of Queensland versus New South Wales here. So we're going to do a bit of round
There's
robin
high stakes.
sparring and shit, I think.
Yeah,
You
nice.
know.
Are you going to let them film you?
Yeah, I think so. Because we're filming a vlog as well for the whole trip, and I think they do a bit of filming for their Patreon thing. So I think they're going to put it on there. But
I've seen a few clips like that they've put up.
mate, they were hooking in last
I know.
week like proper Jewies, and I'm thinking, right?
Does that fire you up to want to give a bit more?
Oh well, yeah, I suppose.
Just
How
to
you-
add
you
on to
keen,
the
Quitter?
origin thing as well.
Just
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Right.
But no, it'll be good, mate. So
Footwork, boys.
head down there on Thursday, go straight to the gym, I think, hook in, and then we got the stuff on the weekend, pick the cars up and drive home. So obviously the boys will be a bit short on the punch show, but we'll have a camera here for the clips,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll obviously do the recordings for you.
Yep.
And yeah,
We'll get all Tom's recordings and business as usual.
that's right.
it.
There's always so much happening these days in the RRLC group, eh? So
Oh,
I fucking
it's going well.
absolutely love how everyone just gets around it, whether it's like sport, punt and stuff, bet slips,
Yeah.
or
Anything.
Even old mate
Pictures
with
of-
his Reggie, like he had pretty much every item that we've ever sold with a Reggie's undies hanging on it.
with the
Yeah.
Volk thing,
Yeah.
the Volk
Yeah.
merchandise.
And I'm
yeah.
like, what a legend.
So, or you got him. I've actually got a bit of a shout out to Lachlan Downs is his name.
Yep.
Because it's blokes like him is why that we can fucking do what we do.
That's right.
Because he's
100%
bought
right.
the 4-in-1, the fucking baggy reg, the more your shirt. He's got on and jumped, helping out one of our sponsors, buying the jocks.
For sure.
But there was a couple of pictures in there there was a few pictures of Jace refereeing up in Townsville.
Yeah.
And Barb's on the telly, looking real good.
Yeah.
Got him at a crook time, leading a Poffus around the yard, I think.
Yeah.
Good win by that horse, actually.
On the back
weekend.
of the photos of like, it was pounded last year.
Of
Yeah,
you.
the Todd Smith photos, me, and they've been pounded again. But did you see that they sent it through to a ref, and that Todd Smith actually saw it?
Bullshit.
Yes.
Of you.
Yeah, no. So not there was a photo that someone took and posted of him at the game. The one that was like Jace back at it, warming up like an A grader. He screenshotted that. Someone screenshotted that. Sent it to an NRL ref and said, "Oi, this is on some podcast page. They've got a ginger bloke on there, one of the hosts, that they say looks like ya." Then that from there got forwarded to Todd Smith. And he just laughed, like sent like laughing emojis back. But so Todd Smith is aware that I am Todd
Mate,
Smith.
is Jace becoming like just a huge online celebrity? Because like Hello Sport the other day give him they couldn't get over Jace's photo for the fight night. Now I got to admit he does look fucking good in that
good photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they said, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but like they said, that is when you look the meanest and the toughest is in your fucking
How many
photo,
photos
so.
did that take for you to be like,
Fuck all,
Oi,
nice?
man, yeah, Gropes, you took my photos. It was probably 2 takes. I did a couple cross arms and then a couple fist up, and I went, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it was
the
good.
fucking one.
It is good.
And this was, how long ago was this? This was fucking last
ages
year.
ago, man, like November.
It was
December.
last year.
Yeah,
So
start of
I
December,
was-
I think.
So imagine one now.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck,
Fucking
we
hell.
could have taken him now.
I think our wagering partner, actually Bluebet, we're in talks with them. They're going to chuck some markets up for us, which we'll be releasing later on. But, geez, after all this lip, Jace, I can't see you opening up very fucking good. Like
Yeah,
you're going to be a
opening
heavy
up
favourite, I think.
short.
I love it. I love the pressure.
Love the pressure, mate.
There's so much expectation on me to win,
Yeah.
but not a single bit of it's getting to my head. I'm not going, oh, fuck. Like, I'm just going to go out there, spin his fucking jaw, and walk out of the ring like the champ I am.
Spin his jaw. That's great.
See, and that's all right because
Yeah.
he's fighting him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can lip. That's the whole thing. The next 10 weeks, if that's what we got left, something
About
like
9
that.
probably.
About 9 weeks, there's going to be more and more lip thrown.
Yeah,
And that's what happens, boys. We got to build it up.
It
We're
is.
selling a fight, and we're going out to win.
At the end of
We
the day,
want
we're
3
literally
from 3
punching each
on
other
the
in the
bar.
fucking head.
Yeah.
So there is, I wouldn't say bad blood there, but we're going to put on a show.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right.
The 10th fight of the night, though, everyone's going to be waiting for that. I can tell you that much.
Mate, that you and Jarch, that is actually the one that I am looking forward to watching
That's the 10th
personally
fight.
the most.
Funny enough.
That's
That is going to be
that's
a
good.
fucking ripper.
It's going to be good. He's, like we said before, no doubt he's training. No doubt he's training. I just don't know if he needs to be telling everyone how good he's going.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I highly doubt he's going as well as he says he is.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone just do your work and then show up April 27th
You can just
and
see
what
through it, you
fucking
reckon,
got.
mate?
Oh.
See straight through it.
Mate, fucking, you're talking to the king of fucking talking yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in his head.
Bluffing.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
made
yeah.
a career out of it. So,
Can you tell the yarn about bluffing that bloke quickly at the bar? Can
when I
you
was,
please
like,
tell us that?
18.
Because this is such an impressive yarn.
it's not that good.
I think it's great that you just put
I'd
it
like
on
to.
him.
I was dating a girl. I went to this ball, like a tuxedo. Fucking,
College ball.
Yeah, college
Yeah.
ball. Yeah, back when I was 18. Or maybe 19. And knew no cunt. And everyone was deadly.
Oh, I know this yarn.
Everyone was
Yeah,
deadly, you know, because they're going to uni and they go to college and fucking all this. And I'm just some apprentice from Gladdy rocking up with his missus. So I knew no one. Everyone thinks they're that good. And I'm just like, I don't really know anyone. Made this one friend, right? He was
Yeah.
a bit of a nerdy fella and fucking hanging out with him all night, having a laugh. Heap of fucking wine and champagne and that. And I've gone in for a piss. And old mate, like who I was mates with now, my best mate for the
Yeah,
night.
great mates.
They're just, these blokes are just into him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I was sort of like, at the start, I was like, oh, maybe it's just a bit of a joke, like a bit of a boys
Like
thing,
we
you
do
know?
with-
Yeah. But then you could just tell, mid-piss, you could just tell that it wasn't.
Something
It was-
wasn't right.
Yeah, he wasn't mates with him and that.
Yeah.
And then I've just gone, don't ask me why the fuck I did this. All the wine talking, I've just fucking turned around and pissed and just gone, you cunts want to leave him alone, eh? And they're just, oh, well, righto. And I said, you have got no fucking idea who I am, do you? And they've all just sort of, when you sort of half believe someone, so you try and laugh it off, but you leave straight away. They all sort of went, oh yeah, and then sort of just all shuffled out of the toilet. And old mate's just standing there. He just didn't really say much. He just went, oh, they're fucking dickheads, those blokes. And I was just like, come on, mate, let's go get another fucking beer.
Oscar goes to Gropes.
You would have been thinking, thank fuck.
Oh, I'm just going,
We don't care who the fuck you are. And then you just got 3v1 in the bathroom.
oh yeah.
As you were saying it too, you would have been going, please just fucking think I'm a bluer.
Fuck, that's good, man. That's so fucking
Well
But
done,
you just see through, you could tell they were all soft city boys,
Yeah.
King's
Yeah.
College, probably.
Sort of blokes who sort of reside
And
in
since
Sydney
then-
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
since
Brisbane.
then, I've gone 6 fights on the street for 0 wins.
But mate, you know who I am.
It's all
Yeah, didn't you
playing
get knocked
straight
out
into it
6
though, mate.
times?
I've never thrown one sober. I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
You've thrown plenty.
I have
in the
now,
last couple
actually.
months,
Yeah. But anyway, how about we rip in?
Yeah, let's
Rip
talk
in
about
some
some sport.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Enough about fucking Jake, Arch Gold. The league, boys. It was back. It was half back anyway.
Rugby
so
was
you got
back.
had the trial games, but straight up on Friday night we had the Indigenous versus the Maori All Stars game.
Yep.
It was probably what we expected. The way of skill, and the weather didn't help that at all.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
definitely
right.
think
So-
I was going to say I was a bit disappointed with the I suppose what I was expecting, but the weather, like you said, when it's raining like that, there's only just dry footy with those two cultures is
Yeah.
so fucking
But
fun to watch.
it's the fact that it was the first game and they're all going to be gassed
That's
after
right.
20.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Still
the
good to see
weather
footy
didn't
back.
help
There
either.
was a couple good performances in the middle. I think Xavier Wilson, the bloke from Broncos, he played a couple games off the bench.
Isn't he
He's
a fucking
massive, eh?
He's
giant?
huge. He's
He
not
is
even the
huge.
fucking biggest. That Ben Takura for Bronx like 6'9" as well, but Willison just stood out on that paddock, man.
Yeah.
Tarpany as well. Tarpany is just a workhorse.
I think you have to be like a freak of nature to be able to play rugby league and be 6'9".
He's 2 meters long.
Because like a lot of blokes
1.99.
that are that tall will just get found out around the ruck.
Yeah,
like as
yeah,
in you get running unders line on a big bloke like that,
Can't
and not
move
laterally.
laterally, yeah.
So it shows the athleticism that he's
Yeah.
got that far, at that big. You know,
Fucking
it's
oath.
pretty
Broncos
impressive.
got some big boys coming
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Hammer was good as well, I thought.
Oh,
In the
he was
centres,
unreal.
He was
Mate,
just so
fuck, he was
fucking
good.
slick.
I am so pumped that he's a Queenslander and that he's fit into that centre position so well. Just lock that fucker in for
His
years,
career,
mate. I
his
love
career
him.
revival since going to the Finns has been huge. Eh? Like Cowboys kind of counted him out a bit, and then going to the Finns just wouldn't say his career was completely down and out, but fuck, it's gone up since he's gone to the Finns.
There was a little stage there, I reckon, where Queensland, we get it. But
Obviously.
there was a stage there where like our fastest bloke was like Val, who was quick, but then you have the Fox on the other team. Hammer will fucking match it with the Fox, man,
Oh,
pace
definitely.
wise. Like we've got that. We have got speed.
It's like when he runs too, it just looks, when it just looks easy?
yeah, they're just
He
gliding.
glides.
oh.
Him and like players like him and Walshy that just like glide across the field.
Yeah, well, she's another one.
Yeah.
Fucking
No,
oath.
it was I'm fucking pumped to see Hammer in good form.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you reckon he'll play fullback or centre for the Finns?
I reckon he'll play centre.
Yeah.
He'll play fullback.
There you go.
Don't know yet.
Because they got a few blokes in that team that are like can bounce around that centre, wing, and fullback. Asako can play fullback. Tessie New can play fullback.
But he's so good on the wing, Asako. Like I think
yeah,
you
he's a
don't
try
want
scoring
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
machine.
You don't
I don't
want to
think-
move him.
yeah, I don't
So
think
maybe
he-
Hammer does play fullback. What did they do in their trial? Who was playing fullback?
They've announced a squad for this weekend for the trials, and I'm pretty sure they've actually named a pretty decent team. So I'll quickly.
They
check.
must have named a decent one, or the Titans just named a real shit one because I think they were paying $1.10 or something.
Yeah, right.
So Hammer's
Before the
playing
kick.
fullback this weekend.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
well, he
like
might be.
Asako's in the wing.
Yeah.
Because you got Herbie in the centres now too.
Herbie.
So.
Oh,
the
yeah.
dog.
And
as
Tessie
if-
knew.
Yeah, as
like
if
it
he
was-
is. I forgot about Herbie. Yeah,
was
Hammer will be at fullback.
And Tessie, on his day, is pretty fucking good. Like, I know it was only against Capris in that trial game they did a couple of weeks ago, but he's got a hat trick. He was fucking dominant.
I need to see it happen before I'll give Tessie a fucking rap.
Tessie
Yeah.
old.
In an NRL game. Yeah, he's fucking...
He's had glimpses.
He sucks. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of games where he just gets lazy, I think, and just goes to water you don't fucking see him for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Did the big banana farmer have a run? Tommy Flegler?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he
For the
played
Finns?
on the weekend. Is he named
So-
this weekend?
Yeah, he's been named. So Finns are pretty well named their best side.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Bromwich and
As you
Flegler
would.
in front row, Kafusi in the second row. Ewan Aiken's playing second row as well.
You and who else? Yeah, right. See, that's another one where he's like super solid, but he's not anything special.
Aiken.
Yeah.
I think it was a good pickup when they got him because he came from Warriors, didn't he?
I think
They've
they'll.
fucking
I think they'll
recruited
go.
well.
I think they'll go a bit better this year. That like last year at the start they went well, but they had like a solid 17 or a few more, but they didn't have like the depth. I
Yeah.
think this year and next year is when they start building that depth where they have blokes who could probably be playing NRL in other clubs that are not good enough at the moment. And I think that's what you need to be a fucking powerhouse in.
I think
NRL comp.
they're a good like top fucking 5 half, like what's the word, marquee half away from being a top 8 side.
Yeah.
They are like, you look at that 1 to 13, that forward pack, a couple of them are older blokes, but like Tom Gilbert and Tom Flegler coming through, and they're fucking weapons.
Mate, I rate
Kafusi had one of
Gilbert.
his best years last year after
When he
leaving
played.
Melbourne. Yeah, when he wasn't suspended. But then you got Herbie, who I'd say is
Mate, he was a
based
game.
Herbie is
off
up
form
there.
last year.
I reckon
the
he was
best
better
centre in
than
the game.
he was better than Staggs for Bronx last year.
100%.
By miles.
I would rather have lost Kotoni than lose
I
Herbie.
just can't
'cause-
believe we've let so many go. I know the salary cap and everything plays into that, into all
And like
that.
blokes like
Yeah.
Ezra who come into the scene after that year, like that's a huge jump of what his pay would have been and now what he's
I
worth.
know,
massive.
If a
Walsh
bloke
is-
does that, it sort of fucks the club a little bit because they go, "Ooh, we
And
got
then
it."
it's hard too because you're like, I know he's so young and the ceiling's going to move for him, but you go, oh, can he back that up year after year after year?
I think you look at players like him and Walsh, they're just generational.
Walsh is on like 400 at the moment.
And his contract runs out the end of this year.
I know.
But that's why I
Mate,
think
he
fuck,
will with the
At least a
increase
million,
in that he'll be on 1.2.
I know.
Walsh. He
Easily a
he
million.
has to be.
Kevy's come out and said he's not going anywhere. So we're definitely re-signing him. But like, I think we've got the space now because Flegler took up a fucking lot of our salary cap. So did Capewell, who's gone as well, and Herbie. Those are 3 of our 13 gone. We've got young blokes that have just come in to replace them.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah,
Pierre
yeah,
Cura
yeah,
come
yeah.
in. Dean Mariner will come in.
He had
And-
he went well. I watched some
When he
highlights.
played,
I watched
Dean
some
played.
highlights of Pierre Cora.
Piacora,
He
yeah.
killed it. 2
mate,
tries.
He fucking ran some great
Yeah,
lines.
he's good,
Scored
eh?
a couple of
Defensively
tries.
as well on that edge, he is so solid. His second try was he's fucking strained his MCL.
Oh, did he?
So he's doubtful for round 1, but
But yeah, he looked really good.
like, yeah, that's what I thought. Seeing that, because he was great off the bench last year, and I thought hopefully he can like blossom a bit this season.
Yeah.
He's got the perfect chance now to fill in for Capewell. And that trial, even though I was against depleted Cowboys, I still think he is going to be fucking great. We've got such good young talent to come in. Similar to a way that, like, it's a big comparison, but when Penrith started to lose all their stars, you know, they just pumped through some young bloke that would just come in and they would just replace like Burton, Kickow, all of them blokes. Broncos, I think, have the potential to do the same now. Like, we'll lose players, but we've got these young guns that are just nipping at the heels to get in.
That are keen too.
Fuck yeah. Dylan Mariner's showing glimpses. Pierre Cura. Corey
Cura-
Jensen will probably go straight into front row for Flegler as well. And
Boy,
he
do
was
you
been
know-
solid for the
he's a
last 2
big
years.
unit.
Just
Fucking
quickly,
oath
do you
he
know
is.
who I think in the next couple of years is going to be an absolute wrecking ball in the NRL? Francis Molo.
Really?
Dude,
you reckon?
he is solid as fuck and
I
just
know,
so
but-
aggressive. Like,
Yeah,
as in
yeah.
early on, I remember back in the day, right, here's a yarn. We fucking, when I was playing, it might have been under 16s or 18s, like Q Cup. It was Cyril Connell or Mel Meninga, one of the two.
Mal Meninga.
We might have heard this, but tell it again.
Yeah, but I just remember I was playing second row. We made the semi-final against Redcliffe, I think, Dolphins, and we're playing at their home ground, and I was marking that cunt. And he was the second row, and I was like,
Every run.
like looking
is-
over, just thinking, just dive at the legs. And he was
yeah.
pretty much as big as he is
As he-
now then. And but I've just been watching him, obviously, like we're playing with Oatsy back then. Francis was on the other team, and a few lads like Corey Jensen. He was
Yep.
playing the same age for different teams. But just watching Francis come through, do you know, we're saying like props take a bit to mature in that.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's 30 now, same age as we are. And I just think him now in the next couple of years, he's proper grown into his body and he's just aggressive as fucking hard.
Fucking oath.
I just think he'll be a solid prop.
Every
needs-
run is like full pelt, such intent. Like he is an absolute workhorse.
Can he
100 mile
play?
an hour.
How many minutes does he play though?
I don't know.
Probably be
It's
a big thing.
I just think for solid games, like maybe you could have another prop that lasts for longer, but he is such a
He's
good
still a
cunt to have
Dragons,
on your
right?
team. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
impact of just if you're running at him, you know he's going to try and just drive
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
into the
yeah.
ground.
Fuck yeah.
I
That's
just think
probably-
those props are so important in your team. The Warrior Hargreaves,
Yeah.
the fucking even the bloke that Roosters just signed off Penrith.
Spencer Leniu.
Spencer Leniu, like those lads who just come on and they're just a handful.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
oath. That is a great example. Spencer Leniu comes off the bench and is just a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
It's timed well. Like just announced today, Jared Hargreaves says it doesn't say retiring or what he's doing, but he's leaving the NRL at the end of this season.
Well, it makes sense,
So-
man. I feel like he's been there for fucking ages.
Yeah.
Like,
He is
At
getting a bit
least,
long.
like fucking 12, 13 years. But he's a bloke who just brought fucking fire to
well, I
every
think.
game.
Well, how smart's that from the Roosters? Bringing Spencer Leniu in as
Yeah.
he's getting a bit older.
He's out
Like he's a bit
muting
smaller,
him.
but it's the same aggression. Fucking
Yeah.
He could go over the Super League. Maybe that's what they're hinting at there.
Yeah.
By leaving the NRL.
Because if you were retiring, you'd just fucking say you're retiring. You wouldn't say
Yeah.
leaving the NRL.
Did you see
so-
Tarek Sims plays over
Oh,
in the Super League?
he just smashed nose.
fucking leveled
He
him,
just
bro.
pounded nose into the earth.
How
When I
cool
say
was that?
nose, that's Blake. Is it Blake?
George Williams.
George Williams. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy, that was a great shot.
That was like as good a shot as you'll see in this day and age.
Yeah,
like with the
legal
rules and
shot.
everything.
And
That's as
give
good.
him some too.
Yeah, he was always that little like niggler. If he'd do something good, he'd let you know about it.
Well,
Well, I
mate,
saw a perfect video comparison of when he did it to Pappy during COVID.
Oh,
exact
big
same
man,
hit and
big
just
man.
fucking put it over him.
Look, mate.
And then it was Tarek Sims doing the same thing. Like pretty well identical hit, but 10 times harder.
Coming from a forward, whenever you get the chance to do that to a good half back from the other team, you tell them all about it until you fucking get up.
Big fucking.
Yeah, he's like,
100%.
big man putting it over the little half. I was talking to one of my mates about it today. He's like, oh, what a hero. And I was like, I'd fucking do the same.
But when
Mate,
it happens,
he's living the whole time that
I'd
half.
do it to
Yeah.
a winger and be like, yeah.
but when it
just
happens to
stand
your
over.
halfback, it's
Yeah.
a different story.
Yeah,
that's
what a
right.
fucking hero.
Yeah, right, you
Poor
tough
old,
cunt.
Yeah.
big Coy.
Yeah, oh, cool boy.
Poor old Coy just used to get fucking late shotted all the time.
Yeah,
Because he was a bit of a gun.
that was a great shot though, Gropes.
Yeah,
It's fucking
big
cool.
shot. And that's just prime example of what players like Warrior Hargraves could go and do over in the Super League.
Yeah,
Because,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Live in England
the
for 2
standard's
years.
obviously not as high as it is in the NRL.
Yeah.
No.
That's why they all sort of go over there in the retirement
well,
home.
it's
It is a bit
but
of
it
a
sort of
retirement,
shows you too, like when lads like Brody Croft, like when he can, he wasn't bad in the NRL, but he goes over there and kills it.
Yeah, he
and,
was
and you go,
solid here.
It's got to show you something there to be like, he's obviously always been a good player,
Yeah.
but if he can be pretty good here, all right, standard,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then go over there and kill it. It's
Yeah.
a pretty,
How many former NRL players go there and they're fucking man of steel within 2 seasons? Who was
Yeah. Be a
he
good
played for
feeling.
Wigan last year and he used to be in the NRL and he won man of steel. Fullback.
I'll tell you who
I
would
know
be
his
able
face.
to tell us.
Yeah.
Pommy Carl.
He definitely would. I know his face. The name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't
Anyway,
remember
Penrith
right now.
are over there now. I see.
Yeah, when's that on?
24th.
Yep.
Be
They're
this
training
weekend.
at Manchester City's
I know.
facility.
I
think
saw
they're
that,
actually
man.
taking it pretty serious, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like one of the, because I was sort of going, oh, we'll see how it goes. But I think I saw one of the messages come through saying they're taking it pretty serious.
I was thinking too with the weather, it's probably fucking a little bit colder, but it wouldn't be any worse than a bloody cold Friday
In Western Sydney.
fucking West
Canberra.
like in
That's
Penrith. You
fucking
know what
true.
I mean? Like Penrith is
Yeah.
inland a bit, isn't it? Obviously.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be fucking pretty cold.
Cold,
down
Mate,
there.
raining
Canberra
night in
gets
Penrith.
fucking cold too.
Yeah.
Like some of those.
Oh, you play a game in fucking Canberra.
Anyway.
Freezing, man.
No, that's this weekend, so that'll be good to watch.
Fucking oath.
It'll be on at about 6 o'clock too, Sunday morning. So
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
really?
too bad.
you'll-
I'll probably
you'll
still
miss
be
that.
up.
fucking
You'll miss it, but
Quinn's
the
sitting there
rest of
just
us might
shaking
watch
his
it.
head.
Quinn knows, mate.
He does. That's one thing he knows.
He'll be filming me.
Yeah. I fucking bet you won't be.
No, I would have tucked him in by then, mate.
Chained him up.
One thing, did you see the last try in the Charity Shield on Saturday night?
I didn't know. I didn't watch the Charity Shield,
So,
unfortunately.
Bunnies versus Dragons, as it always is. And you're talking about like the bonus points they get for line breaks, offloads, all this. So, Bunnies were up by like 20 and they had a kick into touch for a penalty. Hooters gone last play and they're fucking flicking the ball around because if they get one more line break, they get the bonus point.
They get it?
They've flicked it around and I forgot his name. One of the centers, I think, has just put in this little chip from like 10 meters out. Absolute shank. Bounces perfectly. Richie Kenner comes through and scores. And they get the
Is that a line break?
Yeah, well, you've got to break the line
A
to
chip
score a
chase,
try.
yeah. Get fucked.
So they got line breaks, got the bonus
There
point
you
and
go.
after the Hooter went.
Imagine
on a
if
chip
they
and
needed
chase
a couple
try.
of offloads and they're just running at the
Sitting
defense.
there, just
fucking-
run backwards. Yeah.
Tell you who impressed me was I watched a bit of it. The Raiders were just on.
That second half.
Fucking on.
Great team to do it too
Fuck
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
That second half, they turned one on.
So did the Bronx, but it was 16-14 or something. I don't
were
mean to go back
shaky.
to the Bronx, but...
But we will.
Yeah, they were
it was just funny because I was sitting at Dossie's watching the UFC and we were sort of flicking when in between fights, and a couple of most of them there are Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boys, who gives a fuck? It's a trial game. Like, why are we flicking back? Let's just, leave it on. Oh, no, it's for bloody bragging rights. And they're all up and about. They're like, this is our Reggies team. It's 16-14. And now I ended up leaving straight after the fight, Volks fight finished to go back home. And then I was doing shit outside and I checked the score and I just dropped a
just
little
piled
text and I
points
went, hey,
on.
boys, how'd that game end up?
Because I think in the second half, Broncos started to put on some of their reserves. So
Yeah.
Tristan Saylor come on. Fuck, he
Bucky's
was
good,
electric,
eh?
man.
Yeah, he was going well, wasn't he? I watched the
He
highlights.
is prime, man.
Him and Walshy just linked up perfectly so many times.
I don't know how we're going to keep him while
Same.
Walsh is there.
So-
because why would you stay at the Broncos when you're never going to play?
Other
fullback?
than Origin time is the only
Yeah.
time he really gets to run. But Kevy hinted. He said after the trial against Wynnum, I think, he went, there could be a spot in the 17 for him. So
Yeah, but where?
that's what
I don't
do
know.
they put him and Tyson Smoothie on the bench and then run two forwards?
The big banana.
Oh. That's what.
He actually is pretty solid, but
Yeah, I
That's
still
probably
think
the
Corey
one
Page
thing.
should be on there instead.
yeah. Anyway, AFL also rapidly approaching.
Yes,
Jace has fucking ripped into a bit of
I have. So,
research.
yeah, we're nearing the season opener, their old opening round.
Oh,
not
the
round
OP.
one. And
the OR, sorry. OP.
thought it'd be good to cover a few off-season moves and some trades that you may not have seen. So a few big ones that stood out to me. We got Ben Mackay, brother of Harry. He's been traded to Essendon for a first-round pick. So keep in mind, pretty much all of these have been traded for draft
picks.
picks.
Yeah.
Except a couple that I've mentioned are for other players. Brody Grundy quickly becoming a journeyman. He's been
Yeah,
traded to the
isn't he?
Swans. So, and as well as Taylor Adams has moved to Sydney as well. So Sydney have done I think that's a pretty good
That's
pickup.
nice for them,
I think
yeah.
Brody Grundy's still got it. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can't go having that season that he had at Collingwood to then...
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
at Demons last year.
That's right, I know,
and
but
fucking
before
barely
that he
played.
had a really good year and then he went and barely played. You can't go from being an elite, like possibly the best ruckman in the game, to
Yeah.
that and not, have a bit of residual.
Exactly. And I think
so-
Melbourne was never going to work for him being behind Max Gawn
No.
either. So
Silly trade.
yeah. Another one, a big move that pretty well most AFL fans do know about is Jack Ginnivan to Hawthorn. That happened pretty well just after the grand final.
Yeah, I've got that in here just to say that it's going to be hard for me to cheer for Ginnivan.
Why is that?
I don't know, just...
Not a fan of him.
Well, he's a Collingwood player and he was a bit of a cult figure there, so it was...
He was.
It was good to boo
Remember
him.
when he fucking came on and was it the Anzac Day game where he just killed it?
Oh, I don't know if it was Anzac Day or if it was a final, but I do remember the place just going off its
He kicked
fucking
like
head,
5
man.
goals or something and people fucking loved it.
I
and then he
hope
just-
that it's not a disaster trade like Chad Wingard has been for Hawthorn
Yeah.
because he was so good at Port and it was like, yeah, we got Wingard, he's a small forward, he's going to do this and that, and he's just either been injured or he hasn't been in form and it just hasn't worked. But I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'm actually holding a.
I think
Hawthorn showed some promise last year to at least compete for that maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spots, you know.
In the next couple of years, I actually, as much as I don't like Hawthorn being a Geelong fan, I can respect that fucking youth you got coming through. Ginnivan will just add to it. But you've also got Jack Gunston coming back from the Lions, who will bring that experience as well. I think you've got a good group. He's past his time. He's definitely...
We'll see. We'll see how that one goes. But it's good to have him back because he won 3 flags with Hawthorn.
Yeah.
So.
I think in the next couple of years, Hawthorn could definitely...
Just the way they're playing, man.
18.
So when they were competitive in games last year, they were Sam Mitchell coaches, and they were playing like they used to play when he was playing, if you get what I mean. Like he's an ex-Hawthorn player.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's now the coach. And they were playing like they used to play.
They were playing like a premiership team, not
footy.
like a team that had a squad to be fucking 16.
No, but
17.
they were holding the footy and chipping it around like they used to.
Yeah.
And they used to rack up the uncontested possessions because they'd hold the footy for minutes at a time rather than just that frantic bomb it down, let your small forwards do the work like Richmond did when they kept winning. And I was like, oh, this is prime. This is how we used to play.
Yeah.
Was back in when we won the 3.
Well, that's probably all Sam Mitchell knows as well.
Probably, yeah. But no, it was good to see. It obviously failed a few times because
you were like a 2 or 3 quarter team at times.
No, but they were just young.
Yeah.
And their skills weren't as good as obviously they were back in when Sam was playing. They had an elite team, so they were just young and their skills let them down sometimes. So keep doing it.
They'll get there. I definitely think
Carlton's the one to look out for me.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Another big move was Asava Radigalia from Geelong. He's going to Port Adelaide. As a Geelong fan, that is a big blow, I think, because he was so fucking handy where he could play full forward. You can put him in the ruck. This big Fijian, that was just a machine on the field, man. And lastly, Xavier Dersma, who's gone to Essendon.
Oh,
and
he's a fucking, I don't know about him.
Yeah, he
carries on. He scores goals and then
a
shoots the bow and arrow and shit.
But he's got the talent there.
Yeah, but he's a bit of a show pony.
Fucking oath, a lot of them are. Same with Ginnivan. Ginnivan's a show pony too.
Yeah, he doesn't go shooting bows though.
No, it's good.
He scores a goal.
Just gets caught doing lines. Did he got caught?
I don't know about
Bailey
that.
Smith.
It doesn't sound like a Ginnivan.
Nah, yeah,
thing.
Ginnivan did get caught with the bag. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly sure on that.
What a naughty boy.
Bad boy.
What a bad boy.
Yeah. As we mentioned last week, and you said Carlton are the team to look out for this year. I think it's now or never for them, as well as Lions. Even D's. I reckon D's have still got that pretty similar squad they had to win in the premiership, and they're all in their prime still, so they've got no reason that they can't be pushing for the flag this year, because they went out straight sets last year.
And, the D's did, yeah.
So
Barb's was at our house actually when that happened. At my house.
Carl's
I remember
that fucking ripper
That was
of
an
a
epic
game.
game. Yeah.
But a few surprises I think we'll have this year. Like I said, Hawthorn. North Melbourne, I think they'll continue to improve with Alex de Clarkson.
They'll improve.
They're not going to be pushing for the 8. That's not my point. But in the next 2 or 3 years, if Alex de Clarkson can stay there and build that team up, they can fucking... Because keep getting draft picks. The way that draft works... You're going to have that system coming through.
Yeah, you just got to retain them, but after their initial contract.
There's not much of a draw to go to North Melbourne, is there?
I reckon there fucking definitely is. You just got to, I don't know. North Melbourne was a massive club.
Huge
club.
20 years ago.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's there. The history's there.
The draw at the moment would be playing under Alex de Clarkson. So I don't think they're going to get many players coming in, but if they can hold their drafts... Like people who come through the draft system.
Success will bring people in. But
that's right, yeah. Another one that flies under the radar pretty well every year is GWS.
GWS, I knew you were going to say that. It's fucked. They just play finals every year.
Everyone fucking writes them off, and then they scrape into the 8, and then they come out and make a prelim or a grand final.
They get 3,000 people to a home game.
Yeah.
And fucking everyone just goes, what's going on here? There's no atmosphere there, but they just win.
They just fucking win.
Just
they
win
show up
heaps
in
of
matters.
games.
So, honestly, don't be surprised if they fucking make a prelim or a grand final this year.
So what do you think next week we do our predicted 8s?
Yeah.
Definitely.
For both?
We
Yeah,
dive
for
into
both, I reckon.
sports, rugby and AFL.
Yeah. We'll do a predicted ladder, who we think's going to finish where, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
My predictions weren't too bad in the footy last year. I think I just had Roosters to win the minor
I
premiership.
think the Roosters going on that big run at the end sort of saved the eights a bit.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
it
weren't
was
even
like-
looking like making the 8
Nah, they got in there and then they ended up, because they made the prelim in the end, it was like, yeah, see, we knew.
Yeah. Fucking right.
We told you they'd be there or thereabouts. But no, everyone sort of had them penciled into the top 4, 100%.
yeah.
That didn't end up happening. But
Well, they've still got the squad. Their squad's got only better this year as well. So you can just
Yeah.
never count out the Roosters at the start of the year, can you?
they got too much money.
Way
But it
too much.
sounds
And
like
Nick
we need to
Politis.
start. We need to start giving Walshy a couple of fucking a boat or like a few cars or something, so,
Oh,
he, doesn't,
yeah.
Paper
so
bags.
he doesn't ask for much money.
Third party
at the
deals to
end of the
keep them
year.
in. Yeah, that's true.
The cricket lads, heaps of cricket again. We're winding. The cricket is winding up domestically,
Yeah.
but there's still going to be heaps throughout the year. The Aussies actually play tonight, well tomorrow. Tonight, as you're listening, first T20 over in New Zealand.
Yeah, righto.
I reckon that's going to be a good tour, eh?
Sure,
A really good
definitely.
tour.
Are we playing
you-
ODIs as well? Or is it just
Dunno.
T20s and tests?
T20s, then tests, then possibly after. Haven't looked that far ahead,
right.
but you got the first 3 T20s starting tonight, which will be good. But
Nice.
we're going to start with the women because over the weekend you saw one of the great performances take place at the Wacker. It was awesome to see cricket at the Wacker in Perth.
Yeah.
For one, it was Test cricket. Annabelle Sutherland, boys. Australia bowled first. It's like a standalone Test match. So the way the girls normally do it is you'll have your T20s and ODIs and the Test match, and they'll all combine into points for who wins because you just have the one game of Test cricket.
Yeah.
But we bowled first, skittled them for 76, just after lunch on day one. And then we went out. We were 3 for 12 at one stage, and we ended up making 570.
Yeah, right.
But Annabelle's taken 3 for 19 off 9 overs when we skittled them, and then went out and made 210 off 250 balls.
Friggin'
Stop
hell.
We led by 500 when we declared after just the first innings.
Fucking hell.
So ended up bowling them out for 215 in their second dig, and Sutherland took 2 for 11 off 8 overs
Wow.
in the second. So she's taken 5 wickets and scored 200 runs,
So
and
it's-
only batted once.
Wow. So that
So-
sounds like a bit of a sniff for captain.
Oh,
I
it's a
think.
big sniff.
That's a
Big
fucking big sniff.
big old
Unreal,
whiff,
man.
big-
How good's that? So just you won't see, you will not see a performance like that in men's Test cricket, I don't think.
No,
unless
not at all. The
Ravi-
closest we get is Bison, who takes a couple of wickets and gets like 70 runs and saves an innings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Jadeja could do it for India. Like
That's
he made
very
100
true,
on the
yeah.
weekend and he took wickets as well. So, but to make a double and then
That's
take
fucking
5 far,
huge,
that's
man.
just
That
fucking
is
unreal.
huge.
So we've ended up winning by 200 or more than 200 runs and an innings.
Yeah.
So,
Who'd you say we were versing again?
South Africa.
Yeah.
It was a punishing. Unreal. The Poms are also, they're down 2-1 now in their series against India, which
That's
is
good.
good to
See
see.
that.
That's
Yep.
great.
Rohit Sharma, Ravindra Jadeja made hundreds in the first innings for India, and then that Jaiswal again made a double in their second innings though. So
Like we said, they just have bloke. They're worried about Coley not being there, and blokes just step in.
214 not out from only 230 balls, man.
Yeah,
And-
right. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
Going really well. Basically battered England out of the game. I think they needed 580 or something to win. And it was just funny because they've going back a year when all this, hey, we're going to save Test cricket by being aggressive. They said, we believe we can chase 600.
I did see that, and then they didn't.
We believe we can chase 600. They got bowled out for 122. So
How's,
some really, really bad shots were played.
Would have been a bit of a salt in the wounds as well, because old mate got, what'd you say, 214 off 230? So
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
your Bazball.
Exactly.
Look at my strike rate off 230 balls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joe Root played a reverse sweep in the first innings off. Can't remember if it was Bumrah.
Was it a pace bowl?
Yeah.
Yep.
If it was Bumrah or whoever else was bowling seamers for him.
Shammy.
Reverse sweep. It's literally come straight off the face and gone to second slip. And old mate, it was a great catch because
Yeah.
it wasn't a nick. It was like a full-blooded reverse sweep sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he's old mate's just taken it.
There's a
clean
fine
as.
line between Bazball and playing your shots.
That was silly.
And reverse sweeping a fucking pace bowler just 'cause.
It comes off for him every now and then, though.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
then-
great because then he thinks, I'll do it again.
Keep it coming. Keep doing it in the Ashes.
I don't know. And there's been a few English media personalities come out and say it's almost like everybody's just waiting for England to fail. They're just waiting for him to mess this up so they can say we told you so. And I'm like, yep.
Fucking oath we are.
Yep.
One very specific podcast is.
Poor old Johnny Bairstow was back in the news too.
Isn't he, man?
Terrible review in the first dig. So it spun. He went back. It hit him on the knee roll. It was hit in the middle of middle.
And he's gone back.
He reviewed it. So they lost the review there. And then in the second innings, he tried to play a sweep shot. And this was the funny part. So it looked plumb. Like live, it looked plumb. He didn't review because of what happened in the first innings. And it was just clipping. So he still would have been out if he reviewed it. But if the umpire give it not out, it would have stayed not out. So it was just funny, like the demons in his head about the first innings review.
In the last 12 months, imagine those fucking demons.
The
just
poor bloke,
circulating.
a stat went up. He has now made the most ducks against India out of any other cricketer. And there
Not
was
just England, any cricketer.
any cricketer. There was a list of people, and all of them were bowlers that were making the ducks.
Yeah.
And he's at the top. He's the only batsman in like the top 10 or something.
That
Poor
is
cunt.
not a stat
It was
you
like
want.
fucking Shane Warne, bloody all these bowlers that have made all these ducks
Is it
against India.
just against India,
Just
or is it
against
in
India.
like the subcontinent, or is it
I'm
regardless?
pretty sure it was against India.
So even on his home turf,
Not
the bloke
yeah,
still
I think so.
struggles. Yeah, well,
But
it wouldn't
anyway,
surprise me. The
we need him
poor
to
red
keep.
cunt can't
We
get much
need him to
liking.
keep going okay though.
Yeah.
Because we want him to be in the team.
Oh, that's right.
For the next
We need
Ashes.
him
want
and
him-
Ollie
I
to
need
be
him. I need him there.
I need
so
him.
I can fucking spray him.
Yeah.
I need him and Ollie Robinson there
I
for
want
5
to write.
tests.
I want to write a song about Johnny.
Yeah.
And get 200 cunts to learn it and just pound him with it for 5 days.
Yeah.
For 5 tests.
I might dress up as him and just shove a pillow under my shirt and walk around everywhere.
Oh well, if you keep going to Macca's all the time, you'll be won't need the pillow.
Walk around on
Hey,
your
it's
knees.
just for coffees, mate.
So that was good.
That is great. I love
2-1 now in the series. It's still been a good series nonetheless, even though that was.
regardless.
I think they end up losing by 430 odd runs, which is an absolute hiding.
Just pounded.
Yeah.
Sheffield Shield was good. Some massive scores. Gaz bowled. So Gaz played for New South Wales against Victoria.
That hurts.
New South Wales got bowled out for 250, and then Victoria made 470 odd.
Yep.
And Gaz bowled 52 overs.
Oh, what? What a
he
stint,
bowled
man.
a whole.
He bowled
fucking
a whole
one day
ODI, yeah.
by himself.
He got bowled 52 overs and took 5 for 150. So
Was that in over like 2 days, 3 days?
Oh, it wouldn't have been 3. It would have been a day and a half.
Boy,
3 days.
surely
Hell,
you
that's
reckon
huge,
someone like Gary, right, especially a spinner, and the amount of balls he's bowled, do you dead set reckon you could blindfold him and he'd be pretty on the money?
I reckon.
Like
Yeah.
foot placement,
Put him-
just where
yeah.
it is.
It'd be hard with a pace bowler.
That's
That'd
what
be
I mean.
weird running.
Yeah.
But because he's walking in most of the time, I reckon he could dead set shut his eyes or blindfold
Yeah.
and he could do his run up.
Place him at
I'd
the start of
love
his
to
run
see
up
it.
and let
I'd
him
love
go.
to see him do 6 balls and just see how he can group him in that. It'd
Yeah,
be
see
fucking,
if he nails his areas.
I reckon he would nail where he lands.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as his foot, I mean. Because he's done it so many times.
No, he wouldn't bowl
It'd
no
still
balls.
be weird, but
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
Give it a go, Gary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get
If
into
you
it,
hear
guys.
Get
this,
into it, guys.
blindfold and bowl 6 balls.
Well, he'd listen. So like,
have to.
Yeah.
So
There's no
what
way
was
he
that?
doesn't.
Yeah, of course he doesn't. Well, Gilly would have got him onto it. Adam, I mean.
Yeah, he's in the sheds telling all the boys, handing them out baggy Reggies and saying, I'm putting them up with your fucking green, mate.
So Victoria had the game won, right? Like I said, they made 470. They're in front by 200 odd runs. Had New South Wales 8 for 116. Still 70 odd runs to make Victoria bat again.
Yeah.
Rain and bad light stopped play at around midday on the final day. Didn't go back out. The definition of saved by the fucking rain, man. So, but there was some big scores in the other games. Tassie made 537, I think.
Holy shit.
Caleb Jewell made a double ton. it was good to see Greeny boys. So Green and Bancroft saved the game for WA
Yeah,
on the
I
last
did
day.
see
They
that.
both made hundreds, not out. I think they ended up 2 for 220 something. You know, trying not to lose the game. So that was good to see that Green made
I think
runs.
Greeny was like 91, and as soon as he got in the 90s, he just teed off. I think
Yeah.
he had 2 balls, he went to 100.
I think it must have been getting close to the end of the day.
Yeah, or
So,
he
'cause
just
Bancroft-
hated the nervous 90s and went, fuck this.
Bancroft ended up 100 not out exactly.
Yep.
And then Green was pretty similar. So that was good to see.
Bancroft will just keep batting to the level he can until I think Australia inevitably goes, come in, mate.
Yeah, Steve Smith, go back to batting at 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. Queensland won too. So there was 2 draws.
Well, that's what we love.
2
Queensland's
draws,
winning.
and then Queensland got the win over South Australia down in Adelaide.
Nice.
But yeah, like I said, first T20 tonight over in New Zealand between us and the Kiwis should be a great tour.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the Test matches, but should be just a good tour in general.
Will Warner be playing in that T20 series?
Should be.
Yeah, right.
Should be. He's still playing T20 cricket until the World Cup. I think he's going to
Yeah,
retire
okay.
after the World Cup.
Surely Fraser McGurk's got to replace him.
Oh, yeah. So obviously watching him in those ODIs and that, it was good to see, you know, he teed off, but
Fucking
I feel
teed
like he
off,
just
man.
tees off too much.
Yeah.
Like every shot he's trying to hit a 6. And it's never going to work like that.
Never gonna
There's going to be
work.
times he'll make fucking 130 not out and it'll be awesome and everyone will go, that's amazing. But
People
he'll
said the
get
same
out.
about Warner when he started.
Yeah, but how much more controlled is he though? When
A
he
lot.
go, yeah,
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot.
know.
I think with experience, though,
Surely,
he
yeah.
surely will see that.
Yeah. He's just young and keen and wants to put on a show now.
Yeah,
but-
well, he's made a name for himself by doing it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Righto, fellas, we've got to do it. We've got to talk about it. We've got to talk about the UFC. Before we talk about how devastating the fucking loss was, did you know Kingy was over there?
Yeah.
And went?
Yeah, I was talking to him that day, man. Like, yeah, shout out to him. I've got to do my notes here. Shout out to Kingy, who was at the event.
He was there, yeah.
What a fucking event to go
He went
to.
had to go there for a wedding
The
and went
poor
up.
bloke. What a
just go to
what a
Anaheim.
roller coaster. Like he was every UFC card, Kingy and I are texting each other. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
yeah.
both fucking love it.
Yeah.
And like, what do we think and this and that and our multis and what we got on and this and that. He was so excited to watch Volk like, I was that shattered at Camo's house, just on the chair watching it on TV.
Yeah.
If you were there with that build up, watching Whittaker win as well and being on this high, ready to watch Volk just fucking mop the floor with him, and then to watch him just get fucking slept
Yeah, proper
against
slept.
the cage, like I probably would have cried if I was there. Like seriously, I
Like
would've.
you said, being there, how shit they would have felt. You saw Volk lose to Islam.
Yeah,
Like, that
but
was
that
a fight
was-
where it
It was
was
a
like
great
he
fight.
and
fuck-
and,
he was
that,
a
and
warrior,
I
man.
reckon he won, and he was daring to be great in that fight. This
100%.
fight was him going back to his territory where he
And he's
hasn't lost in
owned.
5 title defenses. And
Went to sleep.
And the press conference, I loved old man Vulcan stuff,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just don't love it as much now.
No.
after
No.
he got
Yeah.
drilled,
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
Maybe he is.
Like,
Maybe
but,
after 2 knockouts in
but-
a row, you are a bit old.
Look, here's the thing, you guys. Like, I just reckon, fuck everyone who's writing Volk off though now, and they're like, you're seeing these comments going, he should retire, he's done, rah rah. Fuck off.
Every
cunt.
time, but-
the last couple of years, it's because there hasn't been anyone good enough to fight him in the featherweight division. Is why he's been trying to do this shit against Islam.
100%.
Islam's beat him twice. He's come back down. This is the only one that I'm taking as like a proper righto. He fucking lost. He got drilled. So I reckon. I really hope he has like 6 months off fighting. Fucking just gets back to feeling good, and then he deserves a rematch against Ilya in Spain, because
Fuck
if
yeah.
you're a dominant champion like that for that fucking long, no matter
5
how
years,
it
man.
finishes, you deserve to.
So
let
you
old mate
reckon no
prove it.
matter how it finishes, he
Nah.
should?
In that scenario.
Yeah.
Not if like you've defended your belt once and you get beaten. Volk
Yeah.
has been a fucking featherweight
yeah.
goat.
Yeah.
So I'm
100%.
like, if he wants to do it, I reckon give him that chance. And then after that fight, depending on what happens, that's when you can have the conversation and be
Yeah.
like, righto, where like
It was so for me, like watching it, I just thought straight away in round 1, even when it was, it was very competitive, even when Volk was throwing really fast jabs and Ilya was just slipping, and he was so fast, and I'm going, fuck me, this cunt's quick. Volk's quick too.
Well,
don't get me wrong, but I was just going, Jesus Christ, this cunt's quick.
Volk looks good, but you just went, fuck.
I thought, mate, he looked very relaxed and he looked very, very sharp, and like his head movement was that good. And I'm going, ooh.
I just think like Volk won round one for me. Like he landed more on there.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
It's just more. I never thought that Volk was going to sleep him, but the way Ilya was throwing him, it was just like. That's a hard punch, as in try and get out of the way. But I just love that cunt, man, Volk. Like, as in, after that fight, how humble is he just to, full credit to Ilya, just saying...
I think...
Yeah, but, mate, it was just that feeling of when he just got drilled and then just sunk against the cage. It took me a couple of seconds to go, no, he's gone.
He's definitely
it's heartbreak. Literally your heart
He was it's a weird one when they get knocked out like that too, because they're knocked out proper and they're just sort of laying there. And he was out for ages too. Fuck fella.
I think no one deserves a rematch more than Volk.
He'll definitely...
amount of other champions that have been given it. Izzy got fucking rolled by Pereira, got a rematch and beat him.
Yeah, I just I just think in that scenario, it shouldn't even be a question. If Volk wants to do that, then he should be able to do it. And then if it's the same result or whatever happens after that, that's when the conversation should be. I think if the last fights he had, where he lost against Islam and that, if that was at featherweight, then it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, take the weight class above out. All of his featherweight fights, that's what you got to go off
100%.
in this.
Take the fact that he got knocked out after 2 weeks of training against Islam, and no one rules him out as much as they do. They go, oh, fuck, how did Volk lose that? Like, everyone's counting him out because he got slept by Islam and now slept by
It's
Ilya.
look, it's not ideal.
They'll definitely make him... So you said 6 months. I reckon they'll make him have quite a long time.
Yeah.
Like, he won't be allowed to... I think there's rules that they can put in place where they're not allowed to spar and shit like that.
Yeah, depending on what the outcome is. Excuse me.
I think regardless
right,
of what even happens from here on for Volk, he's, in my probably biased opinion, still better than Aldo. The GOAT of featherweight.
Easy.
Aldo was fighting plumbers, man, and then he fought an Irish plumber who just fucking got in his head like that. That was easily got in his head.
Yeah.
That was the best fucking head noise of all time.
It's pretty, and this is coming from a hardcore Volk lover. Like, I fucking love that cunt. It's pretty impressive that Ilya literally lipped like he did and went out and did it.
He called the fight. He said second round knockout, didn't he?
I think he said first.
I think he said first. If not the first, it'll be the second or whatever. But
changed his Instagram bio to UFC featherweight champion, 15-0.
Watch the embedded series. It's like a vlog series before it. And he had the belt on taking photos, and old mate was there going, normally people don't touch it.
Bad luck.
Yeah, before they're a champion. And he goes, well, I'm not people. Like, rah. And I'm just like, that cunt.
Bro, if I was that fast and could throw hands like that, I'd be confident as fuck too.
It's honestly wild for me. Like, I talked about the comparison between Volk and Aldo, but even the comparison of Aldo champ for ages, undefeated young gun comes in and smoked him in 13 seconds, and then it's like a fucking mirror image with Volk and Ilya.
I've seen a heap of these memes, like the back tattoo's the same as Conor McGregor's. The stealing the belt and holding it up is the same as the press conference.
So many similarities, eh?
But I think it was a bit ridiculous, him calling Conor McGregor out after the fight. Like, dude, Conor's about 600 weight divisions heavier than that now. He's not going to come and fight you at featherweight.
Everyone wants to fucking call Conor out now because they know it's the money fight. They know everyone's going to watch it.
It always was. Imagine how much money, extra money.
But I was reading something on Donald Cerrone, how he was saying everyone thought I was paid fucking overs for Conor McGregor's fight. He goes, I had a contract in place. I got paid normal.
From the UFC, but the pay-per-view numbers and that.
Yeah, probably the
They'd
extras,
get fucking punished there.
Everyone from featherweight to fucking welterweight at the moment calls Conor out.
Yeah. They're not
Chandler's
silly.
still going. He was on WWE the other day, calling out Conor. It's like, because Dana has come out and said the problem that we can't get Conor to fight is that he's got too much
Yeah,
fucking
he's got
money.
heaps of money.
Too much money.
He's done movies. He's got
Yeah.
heaps of shit going on. He's contracted to go to all the premieres of the movies and
Yeah,
shit.
he's fucking, he's stout. Like, he's made that much money off that. Proper 12 as well. Like, he
Bloody
does
oath.
not need to fight, and he has just got the fucking UFC on strings at the moment.
It would
I think,
actually be that good. Oh, it is, sorry, that good watching videos of him with his kid because he's
yeah.
always like teaching him stuff, and you can tell straight away that he's like trying to discipline him.
Yeah.
He's like, no, Connor, no.
Yeah, Connor Jr. can fucking throw, and he's like 4 or 5 years old, man. He's already got straight punches. I'm like,
Fucking oath.
wow.
Wait, but the rest of that card, though, just quickly, that Marab versus Cejudo. Marab
Davis
is
Lily,
fucking
yeah, that was
impressive,
sick.
mate.
I
He's
love
From
impressive.
the get-go.
That was like
From the
watching
get-go.
two bantam roosters.
Yep.
Just trading.
Well, they are
Yeah, it was.
weight.
It was pretty. They were into it though. It was
Yeah.
such a high-paced fight, and then Marab's fuel tank is so impressive. That embedded series I was talking about, they were running through his training, and they said this guy is a fucking animal. Like he'll do five-minute rounds hard sparring and go straight out to a big grappling session, just not even breathing.
His
and
coaches-
that's- he was standing in the corner in that fight, just
Yeah.
standing there, just like talking to the cunts. And Zuckerberg was watching. He was more like, this is second, third round. He picked up Cejudo, who's a gold medalist at the fucking Olympics, and carried him over towards Zuckerberg like laughing, and then had him in a choke at the end of the round, fucking around, looking at him. I'm going, what
He's
the
a different
fuck?
animal, man. His coach come out and said after the fight, because you know how Aljamain Sterling is in his corner, he reckons him and AJ had a full fucking 5-round fight in the dressing room before. Like laying into each other, like getting warmed up. He just did 5 rounds against Aljamain and then came out
Surely
and fought.
not.
No, his coach come out and said it. He's like, yeah, they just went into it, went at it for a few rounds, and then he came out and fought. Like he is just a fucking different animal, man.
And he's
I think-
funny as fuck.
I
oh
think
yeah, he's got a personality on him.
it actually really interests me. Like if O'Malley beats Cheeto, and then that's the matchup then for the title.
Yep.
O'Malley versus fucking Marab. I think that's a perfect matchup because no one's going to outwork Marab. Like, no one's going to get more points than him. But O'Malley is the knockout artist.
Could knock him out,
So,
yeah.
it's the can O'Malley knock him out? If he can, he wins. If he can't, the Marab's going to out fucking
Just
work
win.
him.
Yeah.
So, it's, I
Similar
reckon
to what
it's
Connor
great.
and Khabib. Connor
Yeah.
could knock him the fuck out, but then Khabib
And
got in
Khabib
range
won,
and
that's
would just
right.
wear him
So
down,
I
yeah.
think it's an interesting matchup. He still has to get through fucking Cheeto. But
yeah, I think he will.
What do you reckon of the kit on it?
who's that?
Fucking
O'Malley.
O'Malley.
O'Malley the fur.
Oh, yeah.
just-
I was
that
just
carrying
like,
on, eh?
what is this?
That'd
carry
just
on?
be a cunt to wear, wouldn't it?
Oh, no shirt. Fucking,
It's
I'm
the
just
most
like,
Sean O'Malley thing
okay,
ever, though.
tough.
I reckon the Sunnies looked gammon as too. That's
Yeah.
like servo Sunnies, man.
They were. He
I was
grabbed
like,
them
where
on
did
the
he
way.
fucking get them from? Filled the car up, grabbed a pair.
Yeah.
These
Filled
look
the
good.
This
car
will look
up.
tough.
Yeah.
Back to
I reckon he went in and just these things.
Yeah.
No, so any fuel?
Any fuel.
Just back to
Yeah.
Cejudo. I think it's time for him to retire again. He had a
He
plan, so he has retired.
Well, he
again.
said before it. He said
Yeah.
before the fight, if I lose, that's it.
I think he put the gloves.
Yeah.
This guy.
Hey,
Fuck
sorry,
up.
boys. Sorry about the sickness.
Yeah, because he came back with his plan.
He put the
was-
gloves in the ring. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right. Well, that's fair enough.
He said
But-
before it, man. They said, "What's the go?" And he goes, "I'm only here to fight for the title. So
Yeah.
if I lose this and there's no path, that's it."
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was his plan when he came out of retirement, was beat AJ and then be the fucking champ and like, I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah.
his plan from the start was to beat.
It was 3
Aljamain
fights,
Sterling.
I think.
Yeah, 3 fights, and yeah, he's just lost 2 in a row. So
Yeah.
he's
Ah,
got it. He
that's-
wasn't horrible in either of them though. He just got,
Mate, you
just a
can't-
slight bit better.
Knock a bloke who was fucking unreal. Like
Oh,
back in
Like
the day.
Dana said,
Him
he said
and
he
Demetrius
retired in
Johnson
his
ran
prime
that
for
division.
no reason. Like he goes, when he retired, that was when he was like fucking in his prime.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 100%.
Called it a bit early, maybe.
yeah. But anyway, he give it a crack.
Yeah.
But I think
Good
he's
on him.
gone.
I wonder if he sort of retired and went fucking a bit bored.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, lots
have.
of athletes would do that. Not Connor, though. 'cause-
Ian Gary versus Jeff Neal. Like, obviously, it wasn't the most exciting thing, but I think Ian Gary just fought the fight he had to fight. Like, as in, he was just staying at a distance, tagging him more than Jeff Neal was tagging him.
Yep.
Like he said, Jeff Neal's got fucking. His name is Hands of Steel.
Who did he call out after?
Colby Covington.
Ian, that's right. Yeah.
So
That's probably a fair matchup. Because he'll go up in rankings now. Me and Gary probably go like 8th or 7th.
yeah, he'll probably fight one more person, I reckon, before that happens.
Because Colby's sitting around that 3 or 4.
Oh, you never know. They might just fucking match it up.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it wasn't the most exciting. But then, boys, Whittaker Costa.
Yeah,
Fuck,
that was
yeah.
good. That was a good
dog
fight.
man.
Right.
That was awesome.
So Whittaker's obviously a karate background. Am I right there?
BJJ
I don't
as
know.
well.
It must be karate because the way he just dives in with his jab fucking scares the fuck out of me every time, eh? He sort of like
Opens himself
jumps in.
That's
with
one
it.
of his big things. He has that rush where he'll come in and just throw like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
like running in sort
It's
of thing.
not a snappy jab. He literally like leans in, dives in, and then moves sort of after as he's throwing it.
You just
I'm
got to
like,
give
ooh.
it to Whittaker, like the nuts on that bloke. Costa was throwing fucking bombs, head kicks, like those
That
head
spinning
kicks that
heel
he hit
kick
him
in the
with.
first round
Just
should have killed him.
I keep carrying on about that embedded thing, right? But I was watching it, and Costa's coach was saying Whittaker's got good head kicks, and he goes, "Watch Costa's head kicks this fucking
Oh,
fight."
mate.
And that was the most dangerous thing that Whittaker had to face.
Yeah.
Like those head kicks were
100%.
fucking quick and just come out of nowhere.
So fast, eh?
Yeah.
I blinked in that first one because I literally said to my mates, I went, fucking hell, Costa's not doing much, eh? And then literally within 2 seconds, he just went, boss,
He
big
definitely.
spinning kick.
Whittaker would have won the first round on all 3 scorecards if that
Yeah,
head kick didn't happen.
that's
Yeah, that
But
kind
it
of
was
shook
it
up
was
a bit.
good that it was unanimous. So 29-28, and
Yeah.
then one judge still scored at 30-27.
Well, that's what the
Yeah.
weird thing is, right? You look at the significant strikes, and if it was like 3 or 4 punches or kicks different, I'm like, I could cop that. But it was like 10 or 12, and I'm like, surely one good kick and it doesn't actually drop him.
Yeah.
Surely that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that accounts for fucking 10
Yeah.
significant strikes.
yeah, just because he wobbled a bit.
Because the
right.
other 4 minutes of that round, Whittaker was all over him.
But
Yeah.
I like Whittaker definitely won that.
Definitely.
It was a
People
great
saying
fight.
that-
Costa, I still reckon Costa. Like I was nervous after that head kick, going, "Ooh, fuck!" He's got a powerful punch on him, and Costa's got a chin like fucking granite. Like Costa
He just
wasn't really
ate those
worried.
punches.
Like Costa wasn't wobbled or anything, but Whittaker definitely won. He
100%.
looked impressive as fuck.
I don't know whether the fighters genuinely believe that they've won when they lose like that. Like Costa obviously was putting his hands up and shit. And I'm
carrying
like,
on the whole fight too.
do they actually believe they've fucking won there, or is it all just for the show?
I don't know. Like I suppose, like Costa. Remember, he was pointing in the middle, like he was trying to suck a Rob
Tongue
in.
out.
Yeah, trying to suck Rob into fucking getting the old dog fight.
Yeah.
I think
but
Costa won at least one of the rounds. Just.
I
don't know
didn't.
about 30,
I scored
27,
it.
but-
I scored it fucking 3 rounds to Rob because I didn't think that head kick accounted for fucking all the other shit
No,
in that round.
that
But
wouldn't
if
have won in the
anything,
first round at all.
that was the only round I reckon he could have.
Yeah. It was obviously only the first, just because of that big kick at the end.
But great fight though. I
Awesome.
don't think Costa's stocks go down at all. I
way.
think obviously Rob is now above him title shot talking wise, but I still think Costa. He's fucking right there under Rob, ready to fight the main contenders too, because they were close as
he just
fuck.
needs to fucking show up more.
Yeah, isn't he
Often.
just
Yeah.
fucking? You could climb that cunt, Paulo Costa. That fuck is just chiseled.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
He's a
Like,
fit
he
cunt.
is a
Fuck, he
ripped
is a
human.
fit cunt.
Like he is not eating dog's eyes.
No.
He is the
Wow.
most A grade cunt you'll ever see.
I don't think he's had a beer for 3 years.
Nah,
Definitely not.
sucked in.
Yeah, what a loser.
What do you think's next for Rob? Because like
Oh, fucks me.
it's probably going to be Izzy versus Strikers next. Because
I think Rob fights Strickland. Definitely.
you reckon?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Rob's
That
not
makes the
going to
most
fight
sense, yeah.
Drykers because he
No.
just lost to him. He's not going to fight Izzy because that's like
Yeah.
I think he fights Strickland, which would be great.
That'd
to
be
watch.
cool.
And
Yeah.
then whoever wins out of the other two, Rob's got to go because Costa. He's just beaten Costa. If he beats Strickland, then even though it's like that Holloway Volk thing, Izzy's fought him heaps of times, but if he's there chipping away and beating cunts.
You can't just not have a title shot because you've lost a few times.
That is a great shout. That'll be good. Fucking Whittaker Strickland.
And I think I reckon Costa should fight that Jared Cannonier. So I reckon that's the two fights to happen to keep the division active while Dreykus and Izzy fight, and then it just depends on who
we've
wins.
just sorted out that whole division for Dana.
No worries, Dana.
Yeah, Dreykus versus Izzy, and then Strickland versus Whittaker, and the winners of them two fight each other.
That's right.
There you go.
Fucking hell, fuck off, Dana. Just put us on there.
299 will be good.
Oh, that's a great.
That'll be another
great
good card. That'll be coming up in a month. We've got heaps more scrapping too coming up with a few no limits.
The headline announced. We'll cover this later, but Jamal Hill versus Alex Pereira for 300.
Yeah, but what do you do? Everyone's fucking. What are you supposed to do?
Nah,
you can't do anything when people are injured and this happens and that happens.
I think it's fine because the rest of the card's prime. Like every fight on that card's great. No, it's not like this thing that people thought it was going to be like a magic thing where Conor was going to be fighting Khabib or something.
Well, that's what they made it out to be. They were like, this is going to be huge.
Apparently, Leon Edwards was keen and he was offered like a few
three
fights
different people said yes to all of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Makachev and Kamzat are out for Ramadan, so they can't fight. And then, what's the other?
Can you explain Ramadan? Is that a religion thing?
Yeah, so it's like I think it's like a 40-day period for the Islamic religion where they fast, and they're like for a certain amount of hours a day they can't eat or anything. It's a very sacred religious time.
Is it in April or March?
I'm not sure on the time of the year.
I can't remember either. But lots of the. There'd be a few AFL boys that do it as well.
Yeah, right.
But they still actually play, so they must have fucking good dietitians.
Soccer players, there's plenty of Muslim soccer players as well, and you see them like at halftime, like in the middle of a game, they'll quickly run to the sideline, have a bite of a banana and drink some water. Like, can you imagine?
I was going to say, it'd be an easy fucking month to be a dietitian.
Well, not really. It's not you can't eat. You can't not eat for a month.
Well, what are they?
It's like heaps of hours in the day you can't eat. You can only eat at certain times, so they got to hook in when they can.
That's what it's fair enough not wanting to fight in those conditions.
Yeah,
You're not
that's
going
what
to be
I'm
anywhere
saying.
near as prepped
With the 300 thing, you can't just go, oh, well, O'Malley would be ready now. I will just hold off a month. Like, you've already got that planned. People just need to fucking go, righto, yes, it's cool, it's 300, but...
Oh, wait, did you see that tweet? So Darren Till, do you know him?
Yeah,
like he used to. He's got great lip on him.
Yeah, I think he's a Scouser.
Yeah, and mate,
funny.
Bilal Muhammad. Do you know Bilal?
Yeah, that's the other bloke he's injured at the moment, isn't he?
No, I think he's keen, but he's just a snooze fest. Like, in, I was worried that they were going to make Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards the 300.
He's a jock sniffer,
and I just. Not entertaining. He's a great fighter. But there's not one tiny bit of me that goes all Bilal's fighting. So he posted this thing saying 300
Darren
Bilal, saying
Bilal?
301, 300 Ramadan, anytime, any place. Fucking, I'll get it done. And you. And then Darren Till wrote, if you was fighting in my backyard, I'd close the curtains. And I was like, cunt, that is the best fucking call ever. It just drilled him.
So good, man.
Yeah, but anyway,
he's fucking right.
But 299, 300, I was looking through them today, and we'll get to them, like, obviously before them and that. But fucking two great cards.
Yeah, regardless of the main event, it's still a bit of a letdown. There's so many fucking good fights.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a prime fight.
It's the champion versus the number one contender was bound to happen.
Can't argue
Jamal
with that.
Flats cannot win.
The Hill.
Yeah, Pereira is going to fucking dominate him, I think.
Boys, the Sunday Red was busted out for the first time by Tiger on the weekend. We've just moved on, by the way.
Yeah, sweet.
Into the golf. The Genesis Invitational was on. Tiger had to withdraw, unfortunately, during his second round due to injury.
Is that when he shanked that ball?
No, but he did do that. He is normal. Everyone was going,
human.
he's human.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, my back's seized up. I'm like, no excuses.
Yeah. Same, mine does it every time.
Yeah, fuck, my back's shocking when I play.
Every second, shot my fucking back seized up.
We all want to see him back to his best, but I just don't know if it'll happen this time. But we wrote him off last time he come back from injury, and he ended up winning the Masters.
Yeah,
again,
2019.
How old is he?
He's
47, I think.
Yeah.
48. So, like, Phil won a major when he was 50.
Yeah,
so,
51 or something. It's definitely doable.
Reports are saying and this is probably just media pumping it up, that there's a bit of a conspiracy there because he wants to retire, but with his new clothing thing, he feels like he has to play so that he can promote
that's
it all.
true.
It would make sense.
It does make a lot of sense, yeah. So
Because he didn't even.
there.
The thing is, he didn't even withdraw because of his back. He had influenza apparently.
Yeah, it was
he went
something
into.
was
He was
going on.
crook as fuck. Went in, got on the drip, and then came out and did a press conference and said I had influenza. Poor bloke
God.
can't fucking win at the moment.
No.
But yeah, he's aiming for what 12 tournaments. That was the first
One a
of
month,
12.
yeah.
One a month. But like, if you're already saying your back season up,
Yeah.
and you're hitting shanks,
I think he needs a bit of deep heat, boys.
he does.
He fucking
That's what we
does.
need to do. We need to get him a bit of extra strength.
Have a
We've
sniff of Vicks.
actually been dipping into that. Like,
How
since
good
we-
is it?
Oh,
We've
mate.
had it for like over 12 months, and now we've actually opened up and started to use
I
it.
fucking crammed the Vicks up my nose before this
Do you
episode.
want
did see
do you want a
that.
vapor,
No, better
vapor
not.
rub sniff?
I don't
I'll
want to
Have a
actually,
sniff of Vicks. Fucking how's
fuck
the
this
tandem on these two cunts? Just he'll cough and then he'll cough
Yeah,
and
it'll
then
come
he'll
over to me.
But see, I'm sick. Jace just coughs fucking in his life.
This is-
he's
yeah.
a sick ginger.
I was sick 3 weeks ago.
I got sick and now I'm struggling
Yeah.
to not cough. It's
I'll cop
Jace
that.
just lives with a cough.
Yeah.
a sick ginger.
I got sick 3-4 weeks ago, and I've had the cough ever since.
Oh fuck,
My
man!
immune system
It
just
honestly
hates me.
reminds me.
G1's just gonna fucking give us a good hide. after this
reminds
episode.
me of when you were like little. And
Yeah.
You just get crook.
Well, boys, I wish it didn't happen. So, like,
Yeah.
it's not like
It's
I
all
can
right,
control
mate.
it.
Well, I can't say anything.
I know
I've
you
been
can't
coughing
control
now.
it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to fucking give you shit
Yeah, I'll
about
cop it. I'll cop it.
We'll talk about what happened as well at the golf coming up in one of our other segments called
Yes.
The Standard Squeeze. This is a good shout for a squeezer there. But there was an equestrian Olympian, boys, by the name of Shane Rose. He got stood down from competition after wearing a mankini during a show jumping event in New South Wales. Footage is elite. Now, you obviously need to rise off your seat and sort of lean forward a bit
Oh, beautiful.
as you jump over the
That
jumps.
would have been just
So
pressed
That is
against
hot.
his rose.
Oh, yeah.
that was pretty funny. But what happened was he was stood down by Equestrian Australia and the Olympics of this year in Paris. So there was dramas for him. But after a review, he was actually found to have not broken
Beautiful.
the code of conduct.
There's no
Lovely.
rule that says you can't wear a mankini.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's covered.
Obviously, it wasn't black and white like that, but
you
he
can't
did
dress up as Borat.
He wasn't broken, didn't break the code of conduct. Shano's come out and said that his intention, obviously, was to have a bit of fun.
Fucking
The
oath.
fact that he had to say that is just proof.
For some
everything.
reason, the leaders of the equestrian world, I can't see him being too fucking,
Exciting,
Yeah,
you know, up and
spontaneous.
about, throwing jokes around, you know.
So he said he just obviously want to have a bit of fun. He then said he doesn't recommend the G-string style of clothing while riding horseback.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine that'd be too comfy.
But how good's this? This is a bit of fucking union mentality here, boys. Heaps of the other equestrian community, when they stood him down, they all changed their social media to a picture of Borat.
oh,
True.
yes.
Until he got,
behind him.
got
That's
it
so
stripped.
good.
Until while the investigation was going.
Fucking
so fucking
oath.
know how he's
They're
back.
they're not great to do activities in, like as in Norton Rogers passed away when we were
Yeah,
a lot younger,
yeah.
and he's doing the Mankini run, and we did his 30th this year. It was his 30th, would have been his 30th birthday, so we all did it again.
Yeah.
And just running in that thing, mate,
used
up
it
your fucking
like
hole.
motorbike jousting and shit too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that
And
would have felt
goanna
good.
wrestling and
yeah,
shit.
that would have felt real good.
Those two words, motorbike jousting, just
Yeah.
fucking sounds like injuries, eh?
Mate, it was an adult's playground out there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I did
but-
see.
great.
But yeah, that was awesome. He's
can't-
all good. He's going to go to the Olympics. So the poor bloke, he's got 2 silvers
Yeah,
and a bronze.
from
Oh,
Tokyo.
true.
He's got 2
isn't it?
silvers, one in Beijing, one in London, was it? Or maybe Rio. And he's got a bronze as well. And I'm just like,
And
oh,
the
he's
sore hole.
fucking so
Yeah,
close.
very
He's
sore
50 though this year, so he'd want to hurry up and get
What a
wriggle
fucking
on.
legend.
that's
He's
true.
that's near captain material
Fuck
for me.
yeah.
What a fucking...
And everyone
Actually,
getting
but
around him too.
I would never watch it. If I knew a bloke was going to do that, That'd be my only
might
reason
turn
I'd
it
ever
on.
fucking turn it
Well,
on.
imagine you're flicking through the channels and you're like, oh, Equestrian, what the holy fuck,
Have
Borat's
a go
on
at
a
this
horse.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Look at this bloke.
Where's he from? Kazakhstan? No.
I'm surprised everyone got around him too, because they could have easily just been like, oh, that's Scallywag.
Well, they
and
did,
he's-
but
Yeah.
all the other people that do the show jumping, the
That's
actual
what I mean.
fucking,
They could have said, he's a Scallywag. Why
Yeah.
is he wearing that?
Why are they English?
Fuck me, just posh, upper class. That's the
straight
voice
away
you
in
thought,
my
yeah.
yep. Straight away in my head, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's right in his hole.
Well, you can't,
Like,
when you
I
think of an
just
Equestrian, you
don't-
don't
I-
go, fucking look at Jimmy in the
That is just
Mankini.
that is gospel.
It's right in his hole.
It's up his hole. My goodness. Oh. But yeah,
Get this off my screen.
I 100% think the leaders of Equestrian, for some reason, are uppity pommy cunts.
They've got
It just fits, doesn't it? Imagine them going, oh, like fucking. That is just
They're
them.
not from fucking Barcaldine, are they?
Nah.
They are
that's
definitely.
prime.
We need to look that up. Where
We
is
need to look at the
Equestrian?
commissioner.
Where did it
Yeah.
come from?
The Equestrian Commissioner of Australia. We need to see what he sounds like.
Probably putting on an accent.
Anyway,
Ah,
good on
so
him. That's
good on
great.
you, Shano. We started that NRL and AFL tipping comp. Thank God, because it's fucking 20 days to go still. So we got that going. Same league or group, whatever you want to call it, for both comps. So it's the same thing. If you don't only want to tip in one, then just fucking tip in one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're in the same.
Join
comp.
one
Same
group,
app.
you get the tip in both.
Yeah, they are separate, if you know what I mean by that. So when you go to the Reggies dash, hang on, I'll let you fucking pull over. Just give it 5,
Open your ESPN app or download it.
3, 2, 1. So it's called the Reggies dash 2024 tipping. The Reggies dash 2024 tipping, and the password is all lowercase, no spaces, deep heat.
Heat is spelt with an E and an A for all you dumb fucks.
Yes.
Deep heat, all one word, no capitals or anything.
And if you're not a good audio learner, head to the RRLC and you'll see
That's
a
true.
status
This
where
is
we've
for
got
all
it for you.
the people that aren't in there, because
Yeah.
everyone else is sort of
Well,
joined.
what are we
if you're not
thinking?
in there, you should fucking
We'll
be.
come up with a good prize too for the winner this year. I
for
think.
sure.
Something's
yeah.
got to be at stake.
And I
definitely.
think it's just a winner.
Yeah, fucking
Because
oath.
if you're not first,
all or
you're
nothing.
last.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the great Ricky Bobby did
Second's
say
the
that.
first loser.
Yes, I do love that saying. So yeah, get on there, fucking
Get in
get
there,
amongst,
get in there.
get in there.
And tip.
Well, I'll mention that a few more times, obviously, for everyone who doesn't hear it today. But yeah, that'll be good. Let's get it going again. I think we had near on 1,000 last year in there, so that was good.
Did.
See if we can beat
Bigger
that.
and better this
It's
year,
always a good bit
surely.
of lip. I like having a fresh start because I was up to shit early last year. Like
We all
to the-
were.
I think
I was not.
Yeah.
I tumbled down
I
the
get
hill.
too excited too early, and I look through team lists, and I think that I've just found why this team will beat them, even though they shouldn't, and they just fucking don't. So I think this year I just won't overanalyze it and just go, they should beat them, and just tip them.
Yeah, right.
For the first 10 rounds last year, we said, if you're doing good at tipping, you know nothing
I'm just
about
trying to
rugby league.
reinvent
True.
the wheel and just. but
Last
anyway.
year was one of those
It
years,
was a
though,
fucking hard one.
Yeah.
where like the Finns went so well.
Yeah.
They beat the Roosters round
Yeah.
one, and
The
we
back
should
end-
have fucking known then.
Yeah.
We should have. The back end started to be like, okay, that makes sense. But
little
the
bit more,
first
yeah.
few weeks was, what the fuck do we do here?
Yeah. Righto. Let's get into it. One of our biggest supporters who's been with us from the start. I harp on about this every week, but it's
a
because
good
I
reason.
love doing it. Yeah. These guys were sick of the old taking the glass camping, Tommy, as you know, boating
mate.
to a party, whatever. It's in front of me, yeah. And also just the annoyance of measuring your shots out. How much shit do you spill? Not that I, used to measure too much, but if I did into a shot glass, fucking goes everywhere.
Everywhere. The drunker you get as well.
So they've gone and they've come up with a fucking cracking idea. It's called the
Simple,
standard
effective.
squeeze. Exactly. Everyone's done it. Everyone who's fucking got a 2-stroke whippersnipper at home has done this in their lifetime with the world.
Everyone who's someone.
This is made out of food grade plastic. It's got your little compartment, whether you want to get your 30 mil, 60 mil, 100 mil, whatever tickles you. You pour it in, away you go. The Reggies get a nice 15% discount when you use the code Reggie15 at checkout on the standardsqueeze.com.
Give
So
it a
get
hide.
around, Ash. support them because, they're just fucking great people.
They support us, so you should
They
support
really
them.
do support us. So,
Fucking oath.
and we love supporting them. So Jace has got a pretty good one, I think.
Yeah. So-
this is going to be a bit of a discussion too about the golf.
All right.
So you
Another
spoke
cough.
about just clear
Your
my throat
turn,
before I
go.
get in. Go Tom, go.
I'll be there soon. Don't worry.
Surprised you're not going to put us for squeeze for coughing.
Yeah, fuck.
You hinted at it before with the golf on the weekend. Jordan Spieth, if you know anything about golf, you know that name. He played on Friday, second day, and returned his card and had signed an incorrect scorecard.
Well, let's just explain. So I'll
Yep.
just quickly explain how golf scoring works. So you get your card, right? You go and get it off whoever's running the tournament, and you get your card. It's got your name on it. There's all the holes there for your marquee score. And whoever you're playing with, you go and hand them your card, and you take theirs. Now, so they fill in your score for
Yeah,
you, so you
yeah.
can't fucking cheat.
Yeah.
Now, normally you fill in yours as the marker, right? You got player and marker. So you fill yours in on their card, but in a different column, just so that you can compare them at the end. That's how it works in like normal.
Sundays at Calliope.
Yeah, Sundays
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Calliope.
yeah.
I don't know how it works on the PGA, but what's happened is
So, he signed the incorrect scorecard. So, on the fourth hole, he got a par, and it was a par 4, but he's put down...
old mates.
the opposing player he teed off with has put down a 3 instead of a 4. So, after they grab their scorecards, the round's finished for the day, they head back to the trailer. You got the PGA officials sitting there. You sit down, go through your scores, make sure it's all good.
sign your card.
Hand it in. So he's done that and has obviously not fucking checked over it properly like he claims. He's took ownership for it, but Spieth has signed it, handed it in, and then PGA Tour has gone, no, you've handed in an incorrect score. You've given yourself one less stroke. Disqualified from the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
Oh,
For a simple little blimp like that.
So you're
Completely just
DQ'd if you do
DQ'd.
that.
But if you go and put 5 instead of a 4, so you give yourself a worse score, they just go, oh, well, that's your fault. That's silly.
That's,
you
your,
can keep,
that's
really?
the score you get?
Yeah, you can keep playing
because
though.
you've given yourself worse.
Yeah, but it's still just a fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah.
So
right.
there's obviously a bit of fucking human error here, but I think for me, the squeeze has to go to PGA because that ruling has to be unchanged from the fucking 50s when old Jimmy and Bob were having darts on the course and
Yeah.
3 people were there to witness it and they'd go
10 cans
"Hey,
in 'em."
Fucking
Yeah.
just chuck give me a birdie for that
It
one
was to
instead
stop
of a par,
people
eh?
from cheating back then.
But now you have hundreds of cameras,
You can just change
thousands
it.
of people there, everything digitalized.
Yeah.
The broadcasters score it them fucking self as well. There's no way Spieth was cheating.
Yeah, there's no way he thought I'll get away with this.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
At
no,
best.
100%, man. If you can tell that he was trying to weasel something, but if it,
But
it
you
was
couldn't,
just
there'd be no way.
Exactly.
Absolutely no
so
way.
fuck off, PGA. You
At
squeezes.
best, say, incorrect score, like give him a penalty stroke or something, like
Yeah.
add one on. But a complete disqualification, he was sniffing around the top 2. That is a big payday he misses out on.
Yeah.
Like
Just-
he should have looked over it better, yes, but
They
fucking
shouldn't.
hell, man.
They shouldn't even score nowadays.
100%.
They shouldn't even score themselves.
Imagine going out there playing around a golf and you fucked your whole day because of the way you score.
Can't, I don't even want to score and I'm on the piss in a fucking golf cart, let alone if it was your job. You should have old
Yeah.
Joe sniffing off
They've
your
got
scoring.
caddies there, all the thousands of people watching. Like, there's
Like you
no
say,
way it's his responsibility.
The broadcast scores it themselves because you got the leaderboard
Yeah.
always there. So
Yeah.
the fact that you even need to pencil out a card and
Yeah.
then sign it is pretty stupid.
I think,
in
yeah.
this day and age, but that's always been traditions, and I do like traditions.
Golf is a sport of tradition.
Correct.
But this is a perfect example of some shit's got to change with time.
Yeah,
I think
DQ'd from
That's
the
very
tournament.
rough.
a disqualification for that, that's fucking squeeze worthy for me, I reckon.
Yeah, lock that in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Happy
not
with
that.
even anything else. That's
He
locked
probably
in.
would have got at least like 250, 500,000 for that tournament as well.
Yeah.
At least.
yeah, he wouldn't need it, but yeah, I agree.
No, he doesn't need it, but still.
Yeah, sweet. PGA. Then I wasn't sure if we were going to give it to who did he play with?
I can't remember.
So old mate's just fucked him.
Yeah, oh, mate's just stitched him up.
Yeah, but like I said, the fact that they didn't look at their car, surely they got a score as a marker. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, how the fuck are you going to remember what you got on hole 2? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, shit, did I?
If you're only letting him score you,
Yeah.
then Fucking hell, I don't know.
I thought the caddy would take down the scores as well.
Probably does. I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of squeezing going on.
Yeah.
Well done. You've just got
Few
yourself
people
a
to blame
squeeze.
for it.
Yeah.
PGA.
PGA
And
takes the
another
reins.
legend who supports us here makes the best hats in the country, mate. Country Trucker Caps. Bringing you CTC Captain of the Week. Head to countrycompanies.com for all the designs and knucklers got ready to go. Countrytruckercaps.com for to
Bloody oath.
design your own. You can design whatever you want. So get around him and the team there.
You'll be seeing him this weekend, won't you?
I will, mate. He's coming down to Newcastle. Fucking will
Beautiful.
be plenty happening there.
Ripping and tearing.
Yeah.
I've just got Annabelle Sutherland for me. Double century and taking 5 wickets
Yeah,
in a
you
test
can't
match.
really.
I can't get past that. As soon as you told me earlier, I went, fuck me, that's captain worthy.
Other than fucking Shano. Shano Rose, the
true.
equestrian rider.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shane
Mankini,
has a
man.
good sniff, but I mean, that's pretty good.
Double century.
Yeah,
A test double century.
Yeah.
I'll cop that.
Yeah. Good on you, Bell. That's
Great
what
stuff.
that's what we call her now.
Fucking, yeah, on your
We're on
belt.
a nickname basis.
We'll wrap it up there, eh, boys? Massive
oath.
weekend ahead again.
Good
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
We'll do a bit of research next week too, so we have our top eights and that sorted,
yep.
ready for
Predict
the
the top
thing.
eights, 'cause that went
Full
so well.
season preview.
Yeah, fucking oath. No, it'll be good.
Yeah, and we'll obviously see you Friday morning for the punch up.
And make sure too, if you fucking haven't got yourself a 4-in-1 yet, there's still some left.
Yep.
Plenty of baggy Reggies. This fight night, if you want to show your support to the Reggies, fucking rock up in a baggy Reg.
Yeah, fucking
You know,
oath.
that's what sticks out like black balls on a white dog. So fucking go and buy one, put it on your dome and steam in there.
We want to see the crowd of Reggies, just a sea of them
Fucking oath.
as we're biffing.
Bloody oath.
Exactly.
Righto, we'll see you Friday morning.
Hooroo.